This is the Missouri Pacific Depot in Russellville, Arkansas. It is on the Van Buren subdivision, and the style of architecture is the same as several depots up and down the Van Buren. It's called Mediterranean from what I've read. Inside the depot there is a museum, and it also houses the offices of the Russellville Chamber of Commerce. This is the breezeway, and they have kind of an interesting old baggage cart right there. It's kind of neat. If you look off to the left, there are two railroad cars kind of hooked together. Those are from the old Rock Island Railroad, and they're now owned by a restaurant which is right behind those two cars. And if you look off in the distance there, you'll see another green car. That's actually part of the restaurant's dining area. It's a railroad themed restaurant, and they have some model railroads in there, and it's a neat place to go eat. These tracks came through Russellville in 1873, and they were built by the Little Rock and Fort Smith Railroad, and eventually that became the St. Louis, Iron Mountain and Southern, and then Mopac, and then Union Pacific. Those offices that kind of jut out like that are telegrapher offices. I didn't know that till one of the historians pointed that out to me. And later on, there's some video of inside of this station, and they've got some equipment set up that's kind of representative of what they used. This is one of the two porches they have on this depot. There's one on each end. There's a west porch and an east porch, as they call them. The west porch was used for freight delivery, and the east porch was used for sheltering passengers. And right now, both of them can be used as event spaces. This is the entrance to the depot, and in the foreground was the station agent and ticket office, and in the back where the windows are is the telegrapher's office. This is a view from the telegrapher's office looking back towards the entrance. This is the freight room, as the sign up there indicates, and it houses a lot of exhibits and also has some books and souvenirs for sale. As I understand it, this was one of the waiting rooms, and on the left presently is one of the offices of the Russellville Chamber of Commerce. We're still in the freight room, taking a closer look at a scale they have on display. I'm not sure if it's the original one. I kind of forgot to ask, but it's pretty well anchored into the floor, so it may well be. We're back over in the telegrapher's office now, taking a look at the desk and some of the items on it that I guess a telegrapher would use. This is called a battery pit, and this is where the batteries were stored that powered the telegrapher's equipment. This is located to the right of the telegrapher's desk that we just saw. That information sheet there kind of explains how it all works, and it does say that those elements to either side of the sheet are original to the Russellville depot. This is another waiting area, which is now used as a community meeting room. And that clock back on the wall is the original clock for the depot, and we'll see that a little closer in a bit. I like to look at the dates on the rails if I can see them. This one is a secondary track. The main line really didn't have any markings that I could tell, but this is one of the secondary tracks, and it's from 1957.